I'm Birk. Welcome to my place. I'm the producer at Coffee Stand Studios. That means I work within the team with project planning. It's like kind of answering the question, when are we doing what exactly for the game? How are we going to do it the best way that we can? And what is like the time frame that we think we'll be able to do it in, and that we can deliver it to you guys. For example, updates in general. So in the future, when we'll inevitably delay an update again, you can at least partly blame me for that. Nice to meet you. I want to talk to you today a little bit about how we're developing the game, specifically to the future, and to go back a little bit until the Steam release, basically from the time we released this game in early access, right? We focused always on the next update. What was the next thing we're going to do? After Steam release, we thought it was time to start thinking further ahead. Vaguely, we'll still stay flexible in how we do things. But overall, instead of always having our focus basically set on the next step, we're going to try and have a focus set on Satisfactory 1.0, the finished game. What does that mean for you? Well, hopefully not too much of a difference, hopefully only positive stuff. But yeah, we'll still release updates, kind of as usual, but what kind of changes behind the scenes is that we're working on more things than usual at the same time. One of those is core content updates. Those are updates to the factory, like the package room. It's a building that serves a certain purpose, and now it's released and practically done. Then we also have ongoing content. Ongoing features like that include things like the world, which is much bigger and needs to be seen in its entirety. Really, an exploration, because it's in the world, is a big topic like that itself. You'll probably still see those in like the updates coming around. But we also work on other things ongoing, like for example the story. We still need to work on that. To make sure that it's the best story that we can deliver, we need to be working on it, and we're working on it now. But you won't be seeing that. So there's time happening, development time behind the scenes that you won't see the fruits of until much later. Other types of things that we're working on as well, next to all of this, is the technical content, because we have a bunch of still super important technical dependencies that we think need to be done before 1.0, and those include things like improving optimization, generally making the game run better for all of you, multiplayer improvements, fixing the bugs that are there, making everything smoother. Dedicated servers is its own big topic, something that is super important for us to finish. And also getting official mod support in. All of those topics we also need to address, and want to address before Satisfactory is released in 1.0. So let's talk a little bit about Update 4 at this point. Update 4 is still set for the first quarter of 2021. Like I did say, we are planning further ahead. It doesn't necessarily mean we know better an exact date for like all the next updates or something along those lines. We're still remaining flexible with that, because the exact, like we have a lot of things for Update 4 that like we know how we want to do and that we've started doing, but like the exact content is still flexible. So it's too early for a more accurate estimate of when it's going to be out. Although I would say don't bet on January. I don't think it's going to be January. Since we're speaking about like bigger updates, something that has come up that I want to talk about a little bit is like, how many more updates are we doing? Because some people have been like suspecting like Update 4 is like the last big update before we release 1.0, or maybe like the second to last or something, and that's not the case. I mean, probably. We do change our minds, but yeah, probably. There's lots of stuff still to do, so there'll be more updates. Sorry, 1 second. Just lots of talking. Really nice to have you here, by the way. There's a few more things actually that we want to do this year. Two specifically. One smaller thing and one bigger thing. Not going to be major new content. Sorry about that. But something that we want to release very soon, TM, is another rework of the conveyor networking. We had done one earlier, it's escaping me right now when exactly, but yeah, he's done another one. because after having the latest rework up for a while and testing it and seeing how that actually works in a live environment with all of you guys, realized that there are still things to fix. So with this rework, one of the major things is that it should eliminate some of our most common crashes that are part of the conveyor networking. So that's going to be really nice to get out. And in general, it should make our conveyor networking more stable than it is now. So yeah, hopefully that's going to not stay in the experimental very long, and going to go to early access pretty soon as well after it's released. But we'll see about that. Anything can happen. And the other thing is we have been working on upgrading Unreal Engine, the Unreal Engine that we're working in, to version 4.25. There's lots of cool stuff in 4.25 that we want to use to make the game better. And also should allow us to bring a bunch of optimizations, so performance upgrades for you all that we hope you're going to notice. What we're also doing with that one, when that one goes live on experimental, we'll be adding some improvements to multiplayer, mostly in terms of bandwidth and how the bandwidth is handled. So we're hoping that that gives some improvement for playing together in multiplayer. And like specifically one of the things it's supposed to be addressing is the player character lag and like creature lag that clients can experience mostly, to make that better. So yeah, that one is hopefully going to experimental still this year, and maybe to early access this year as well. This really depends on the bugs, because engine upgrades can be quite heavy on bugs. Yeah, that's this year. This is kind of everything that I wanted to talk about today. So yeah, thanks for joining me. It's fun talking to you. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. Maybe we won't. Either way, I'm hoping you have a wonderful time. It was a lot of fun, and I'll see you all around.